and how you would be feeling now.
No.
That's why you
Uh,
cannot you got to be careful for nothing, and you can't be easily persuaded by people because they appear to be nice. A lot of people can appear to be nice, but you don't know what's the inner person. You don't know what's in them. So he had to
yeah.
been thinking this before he even met you to even say that. That's what makes me not want to work with him. I said I can't work with no person from Kenya that thinks me and my people sorry. And I know he see what I'm doing. So why is he still thinking like that to this day is the question.
That's the thing that I asked him. I said, look, I told him, I was like, look, I don't understand how you thinking black people is crying. What black people have you ever seen cry? I said, have you ever seen me cry about anything? I literally came to Kenya, and did you see me crying?
Well, see, Kendra,
I said,
not to cut you off. He's confusing crying with justice because a black person want justice does not mean that they are crying. Don't you hear the Israelis or whatever you call them? Don't you hear them Palestinians? Don't you hear those people over there? Do you think they crying, or are they asking for justice?
exactly,
Why is it when it comes
exactly.
down to us wanting the same thing, just like everybody else, it's always black people need to get over it. You keep crying about it. What's the problem? Y'all just lazy. Don't want to do nothing. Why we got it? Why we get that?
Exactly, because they want us to stay on the bottom, and it benefits everybody for us to stay on the bottom. But what? But if we all went somewhere else, or if we all stop dealing with it, then who else? Who gonna be the next person at the bottom? Because it's gonna be somebody else, and those group of people is gonna be the main people. Oh, now we know what the black people was talking about. Now we know. Then they're gonna be looking for us. Hey, how did y'all get out of this? Or it's not even that. We can still be the last class in America, but still, when something happens to another group of people, what do? They come asking us how we did this and how we did that, because anything that black people have fought for and done in this country, and this is another thing that I had to tell him and blast his head back. In order for him to even come over here, black people had to die for that. I said there was no immigrants, especially anybody from an African country, that could come over here unless the civil rights happened with the black people fighting for their rights of equality. If that never happened, nobody from Africa can come over here. Nobody from India can come over here. Nobody from China or any other place besides European nations could come over here. So everybody that's coming over here from a different nationality that is of a melanated skin tone, coming over here with their noses up in the air, it's because of black people that they can even come over here and live and get a job and get housing or any of that stuff, because black people fought for equal rights.
You know what I think we need to do, because the value of the name African American is just the same value as a homeless person. And I heard somebody say this. We need to stop devaluing ourselves by calling ourselves black. If you identify as American Indian, you need to start putting that on your application. If you define yourself as a
Exactly.
Jew or Hebrew Israelite, whatever, you need to, because Africans, most of them, they don't check the black box. I don't know if you know that. They don't check because they don't want to get confused with being considered black, because they know, everybody knows that when you're considered black, there's no benefit behind it. But if you're considered any other foreigner, as far as an African or a person from India, Pakistani, and all them other places, from Israel or Palestinian, they know it's benefits from that. And if you don't believe me, Joe Biden just sent some more billions of dollars over there to Israel. Why? Why is it no one is sending you some of that package money? Why you can't benefit from that package? Because you keep on wearing the name black. Stop marking that on your application, because the worst case scenario, they're gonna say, well, hey, prove that you are what you are. And I would say the same thing. Prove who you say you are. I can prove the people that are carrying the name Native American, they are considered $5 Indian. Look up $5 Indian.
Oh yeah.
That means that they bought that name.
Yep.
That's what you see a lot of Caucasian people walking around calling themselves Native Americans. That's because they bought their name. They're not bloodline. They bought the name.
Exactly.
They bought the name. Now, did Caucasian people mix with other race of people? The Native Americans, because the Native Americans and American Indian are two different sects, two different groups. When
Exactly.
Christopher Columbus came over here, he saw black people, and they were called the American. And we are the, I'm not saying me. The black people that he saw were the American Indian, the Mongoloids and all that kind of stuff. The ones that look like Asian people and Mexicans, the one that you see today, those are the Native Americans. So I think people get it confused when you hear
Right.
black people call themselves the American Indian. They're not confusing it with the Native Americans, because you got Native Americans making videos talking about black people trying to steal their identity. No, baby, it's a whole different story. No,
Right.
they are
The Native
considered the American
Americans,
Indians.
Native Americans came over after the Indigenous American Indians were already here
That's
for
right.
thousands of years.
But
It was
see,
already here before them Native Americans. And if you look it up, they found that them Native Americans could be traced back to DNA from China.
and see, if you don't know, see, this is why they dumb us down with not knowing our history. When you dealing with a black, so-called black person that don't know his history, he don't know how to fight racism. He don't know how to fight these people. See, when somebody come at me, 9 out of 10, they say, y'all ain't the people. See, everybody, because everybody's looking at our condition, they say, there's no way in the world that black people can be the children of God doing what they doing and living the way they living. But by me doing research on who I am as a person, can't nobody take that away from me. Can't nobody come to me and tell me who I am and who I'm not. That's why
Look,
history is so important for you to learn it.
look, get this too. I wouldn't say that you're not the American Indian, because those American Indians, the black ones that was here before the Native Americans, they are a lost tribe of Israel.
Amen.
And I even
That's
saw
right.
this video the other day about
That's
it, where
right.
they said when Christopher Columbus first came over here, he had brought somebody, it was a
Interpreter.
black man that
Interpreter.
spoke Hebrew.
Interpreter. He brought an interpreter over here, and a lot of black people need to know this. Stop marking black on your damn application. Stop it. Because there's no benefit to being black, and you're still considered under the Constitution 3/5 human. So that means they don't have to do a damn thing about nothing. They don't have to do nothing for you. That's why people confuse crying with fighting for justice. When you start, if you identify and know your history to be the American Indian, start putting the American Indian on there. If you find out that you are an Israelite, start putting that on there. Just like when everybody else come over here, ain't nobody, Africans do not mark black. I'm not saying all of them. The majority of them do not use the term black on their application because they know there's no benefit, there's no reward to being a black person in America. They know that. This is not a race campaign. This is not no hate campaign. This is just telling you the truth. Stop marking black on your applications. Stop it. You're not no damn African American. All black people don't come from Africa.
Right.
Stop doing that to you. Some black people was already here when read Christopher Columbus' diary. He had to bring a black person to interpret the language that was over here. Why they don't teach you that in school? Why they don't teach Africans and Caucasians and Europeans and people from Egypt? Why they don't teach this type of history in school? Because they don't want nobody to know who the people are.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to know who you are. It's for a reason. Because there's a benefit package to knowing who you are. If you know you are Native American, well, not Native American, if you know you're American Indian, they have to break you off some money. They got to give you some money. They got to give you some land. So to keep you just using the word black, they don't have to. Because under the still under the Constitution of today, you are considered 3/5 human. You consider a damn animal and you don't even know it. And this is why you're not
that whole black thing too. That was, they recategorized And this is what I had to even research this, because the way that they put it, even when you look at the research, when you first Google search it, it makes it seem like it's something else, not what it is. So when I researched what Walter Plecker did, he's the man that was responsible for reclassifying the Indians in Virginia, which it ended up taking over the whole country. The same thing he did. He reclassified the Indians and the mulattoes and the Afro-Indigenous people to colors. And then later that got changed to Negro, Black, and then African American, so on and so forth. But then when I looked deeper into it, it was saying stuff like one drop of Negro blood were classified any Indian that was a mixed breed as a Negro, a Black person. Then it even went deeper to say any Native American that had dark skin that may have not even been Black was reclassified as a colored person. So it didn't even take a mixture of the Black. And then I saw something else, and it said the same thing. It said anybody who could prove that they was any white person that they could prove that they was an ancestor of Pocahontas was considered to be white or Indian. And so I was like, oh, so this is what they did. So basically, anybody who had white enough skin that was an ancestor of Pocahontas or a $5 Indian, they classified them as either an Indian person or a white person. And anybody who was dark, even if they wasn't African, or even if they was mixed with African or indigenous or native, they were automatically classified as a colored Negro.
Well, see,
regardless of a tribe connection or anything like that.
If you
so
look,
this is another, the light from the dark. They was doing the same thing back in the day, and they changed the person's racial classification on the birth certificates, on the death certificates, and the marriage licenses.
yeah, a lot of people don't know this. When you look up the records, the old records of the American Indians, not the Native Americans. Don't confuse it. We're not talking about Native American. We're talking about the American
The
Indians, the
indigenous
ones,
people, the black
the
people, the
black
black
people that
people.
was already over here. This is why, if you knew this, you wouldn't allow nobody to intimidate you and tell you to go back to your country. But anyway, that's for people that don't know the history. That's why they start crying and boo-hooing and, oh, I didn't know, oh, why you don't love us. But anyway, you're gonna find ancient records or old records where the predominant of the a lot of the American Indians occupied Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know Louisiana once belonged, the whole state of Louisiana belonged to the so-called black people. The so-called black people made a big mistake when they sold it back. They sold it. They sold it to the Europeans. A lot of people don't know that about the history of Louisiana. Louisiana was once a state that was owned by black people, and black, for some apparent reason, just like today, black people sell all their land and their riches to foreigners outside of their own. But
Right.
this is history that you have to look up and that you have to know, because when we start talking like this, it's not believable until somebody of another face say it. I'm telling you what I hear other race of people, Caucasian, foreigners, and everybody else say. We are the people. It's not a hate campaign. I'm not trying to diss all the other race of people. I'm just saying we are the people. Until we realize who we are as a nation of people, things will get better for us. Things will go better for us. But if you keep on tagline and using that name black, it's just not going to take you for. I don't even use the word black on my applications no more. I stopped doing that because there's no
Yes.
benefit. And another thing is, why would you call yourself something that black means everything derogatory, evil, spooky, weird, dark and gloomy? Why would you call yourself something like that? Like you cursing yourself and you don't even realize it. You
Exactly.
cursing yourself. And I tell people, I said, I don't. I had a lady from the census that came to me one day, and I looked at the application because some of the old census applications they have Negro, they have colored, black, and all that. And I told her, well, can I check something else? She said, well, check what? I said, I don't use the word black. And she said, why not? I said, because that's a word that was given. That was something that the Caucasian people gave to us back in the 1500s. And if you want to know where black and white come from, they gave themselves the name white and gave us the name black. That it could you do your homework, do your research. That came through the 1500s. Before then, we was classified from where we came from. If you was from Israel, black people from Israel, you was an Israelite. That's why people think this is a new era of religion. It's not a new era of religion. You just got black people that found out that they're originally from Israel, so they consider an Israelite. Israelite is in the Bible. Hebrew is in the Bible. Hebrew, when somebody say Hebrew Israelite, Hebrew means you are defining the language that your people spoke. The people that the interpreter that Christopher Columbus had to come over here to America spoke Hebrew. The American Indian black people spoke Hebrew when he came over to the American. This is in your history, man. This is in history books. Go to your library and get these books. Get the Russian icon. Get these type of books, man, so you can read and you can be so enlightened. You be like, whoa, wait a minute. Christopher Columbus brought a Hebrew person over here? Yes. It wasn't no Caucasian person that came over here to interpret the language. Wasn't no Mexican person that came over here, and I'm not no disrespect. Wasn't no Mexican people. So why black people feel so inferior in their own country is what I'm trying to get at. Why do you walk around here feeling so inferior and feeling like you're nobody when your damn ancestors was here before every damn body, and you're not getting a piece of the pie? So what you gotta do is force your way up in through the door. You see everybody inside the damn door. They not gonna invite you to come in the door. Black people gonna have to force their way in the damn door now. You ain't gonna give me a piece of pie. I'm about to go in there and I'm about to get my piece of pie. That's your attitude. That should be your mindset right now. I'm going through the door to get mine.
Exactly.
Stop crying and begging.
And that's why I started doing genealogy and DNA tests on myself, because I want to find out. And now I'm on that genealogy part where I'm looking and seeing what's their actual name, what was they actually classified as, and if I see mulatto, if I see black, if I see American Indian, then I'm going to know, okay, this is where I need to go next.
That's
for
right.
my ancestry line, because I'm about to get whatever is out there for my family in the family estate. I'm going to get it for myself, because a lot of people in my family, they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to do the research and all of that. They not really caring about that. They okay being a black person. Me, I'm not.
You gonna have to go get it.
I'm gonna keep on going until I hit that treasure chest.
You gonna have to go get it. Stop allowing foreign people to tell you your history. You do your homework and look up your own history. I don't need no foreign person to tell me who I am. Not at all. I don't need no foreign person to tell me who I am. I know who I am because I did my own homework. And I can resonate. See, when you're really from a certain bloodline, you resonate with your culture automatically. It's in you. The spirit is in you. I resonate with my bloodline. This is why can't nobody call me no African American. Call me. I don't resonate with that. Because when you think of black, most people, when you think of black, and I'm talking about foreign people, they look at danger. They look at we kill each other, we sell drugs, we have babies, and don't take care of them. This is the name black is tarnished. It doesn't represent nothing good. So why we keep using that name? So you got to separate yourself. I got to separate myself from being called that name, because when you say black, everybody automatically, even black people, we think of everything negative. Like when a black girl says she's black, we start thinking about, oh, here she goes, she about to fuss, she about to cuss. Oh, we think of everything bad. I'm telling you the truth. We think of everything. But when you start identifying with other names, we start looking at each other differently. I can look at you and tell, I say, hey, I know you can't go by looks, but sometimes you can go by the features. When you look at old pictures, like I got old pictures of American Indian that my people married. intermingle with. I'm talking about American Indian. I'm talking about black people. I'm not talking about the Mongoloids and all the ones that look like Asian. See, we confusing those Native Americans with being the Aborigines of this country. No, baby, it was black people that Christopher Columbus saw. He had to go back and get interpreted because he didn't understand the language. I'm not.
Yep.
I'm not. I'm not trying. Now, what I will say: did the American Indians and Native Americans mix with each other and coincide and live amongst each other? Yes. Yes, that's proven fact. Because
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah. We definitely mixed with them in multiple ways.
yeah, did they have servants? Yes. It was a lot of that going
They
on. I
some
think the Native Americans
native
had
Mongoloid Indians had slaves, just as
yes.
white people. They adopted their ways, and they did that to have tribal recognition because the white people was the ones that took over, and that was the only way they could get it is by enslaving us. So yeah, we
Yeah.
mix, and then a lot of Native American people, I'm talking to Mongoloid people, they married the Afro-Indigenous people that was here,
That's right.
and had them as slaves too. They married their slaves.
Yeah, most of them people that you see, them Native Americans, a lot of them came from Asia and they
Yep.
mix. They did a lot of mixing. That's why when you look at some of those pictures, most of them look like Asian people. They got the slanted eyes and all that kind of stuff. But when you look at the American Indians, you see a lot of real dark skinned so-called black people, American Indians. When you look at older, but see, the kicker is they got you thinking because when you start questioning, I was the kind of person I used to ask questions in history class. That's why I was a history major and I made good grades. I used to ask my teacher, I said, why is these people so dark? They said, oh, that's just a painting. Why would somebody paint something that's not true? And you got to start asking
Right.
yourself when we start going to Egypt and Israel, when we start seeing Christ and the disciples being very dark skinned people, now all of a sudden being black doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. Why not? Why color doesn't matter? Now, I'm going to paint whatever I see. You had people, they didn't have photographers and they didn't have no cameras. So people painted what they see. If they painted a black image of something, that means that's what that image is. You can't tell me that Christ and the disciples and everybody was black people that was brought up in a black region. Now all of a sudden Christ became a Caucasian people. Caucasian people can't even coexist in that type of atmosphere and that weather. They've been got skin cancer everywhere. In Israel, a lot of those Jewish people, they suffer from skin cancer. A lot of y'all don't even know that because they place themselves in a region that's not even their home. This is why you find most
Well,
Caucasian people that come from cold climates, like Poland and Germany and the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. We are sun people, man. We can thrive in that. I'm a tropical person. I grew up 70 to 80-degree weather year round. That's why when I moved out here, whoa, man, when I first suffered my first cold, the wintertime and the summertime, I was like, oh my God, big change. I'm a tropical person, man. A tropical person. We are tropical. We got melanin in our skin, beautiful melanin. This is where we get the color. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna hold my seat on it. They just did I think it was a class or they did some kind of project where they had Caucasian people putting on sun lotion, and we all know that is the sun lotion is like it's like substitute melanin. When they looked at it from the X-ray position, Caucasian people was basically turning themselves black all over their body. The suntan lotion that they use, it gives you extra melanin. That's why people use it so they won't get burnt. You didn't even know that, did you?
right.
They got it on Facebook. I mean YouTube. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. I'm gonna share the video. They did an experiment with Caucasian people putting on suntan lotion, and by them putting on the sun, they looked at it from the X-ray lens, the black and white. All the Caucasian people was putting on. They looked blackface because they was putting on melanin on their skin, but they didn't know they was putting melanin on their skin. You know what I'm saying? And this is no hate. This is no hate campaign. It's time for so-called black people to understand who they are and learn who they are, man. Stop using that damn word black. It means everything bad. It doesn't mean nothing good. You're considered three-fifths human under that black name that you keep using. You wondering why you're not receiving a benefit package like they give over there to Ukraine and all them other places. Because you keep using the name black. There's no benefit in being black under this Constitution of the United States of America. There's no benefit from it. No benefit from it. I'll turn it over to you. I'm sorry. I get carried away when I get excited.
Oh no, I love it. You know we on the same page with that, but I gotta clock back into work now. But so I'll hit you up later.
Hey, I appreciate you. I thank you. Let's go change the world, not be changed by the world. Stop letting everybody get you all riled up and upset. Know who you are. The Bible say, "My people." Our record book. I'm gonna say it like this: Our people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. All you got to do is seek God, seek His way, seek His wisdom. He gonna give it to you. And once you
Yes.
know who you are, can't nobody tell you different. Can't nobody tell
Yes.
you different once you know who you are. But I thank you, baby. I thank you for calling me and talking to me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you too. We gonna talk again some more. Are you gonna be free after I get off?
Yes, call me back.
All right, I'll
Call me.
talk to you later.
All right then.
Thank you
Yes.
too for talking to me. Love you, Terry.
Hey, love you too. God bless.
Okay.
All right.
God bless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, I thank you for tuning in. I hope some of you were edified. I'm definitely gonna read some of your messages on here, and I just want to tell everybody, man. When someone's telling you about their history, stop getting so offended and stop playing like you know more about the person. If I say if an African person is telling me their history, I'm supposed to shut up and listen because I don't know the culture of being an African. All I know is being who I am. The same with you. You don't have to believe what we are saying, but respect it. Just like I'm gonna respect your culture. You don't never join in on somebody's live and say, "Well, how you know you did?" No, baby, I didn't get my history off of Facebook. But thank God for platforms like that because people, in order to reach everybody in the whole world, because we don't know everybody, it's okay to share a video of some type of history that you found out or you learned. There's nothing wrong with sharing information or history on Facebook, TikTok, and other places. You feel what I'm saying? All you got to do is go to the library. They have this at the library. If you don't believe what I'm saying, look up $5 Indian and have it on Google. Google will bring up everything. We didn't have Google when I was going to school, but now that we got Google, you can find out everything that you need to know. I'm telling you what I have did my research on in my study. Just like we got scientists and we got people that discover things, I've discovered that we're not y'all foreign people. The way y'all view us, you're not told the truth. So I'm trying to tell you the truth. All praise to the Most High, Yah. I'm telling y'all the truth of what I found out dealing with Christopher Columbus, the American Indians, and the Native Americans. Y'all confusing the two. The American Indians were the so-called black people. The Native Americans were the Mongoloids and the ones that looked pretty much like Asians or Mexican, Spanish. I wouldn't say Mexicans, but Spanish. Two different. Christopher Columbus saw the American Indians when he came over here. That's facts. You can look up old photos. You can see the American Indians that were black people that visited the White House under the president Coolidge. I think it was Coolidge was the president, President Coolidge. You don't have to take my word for it. Look it up. We living in a technology age that you can look things up. Look it up for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, you can add melanin to your skin. Yes, you can. They have substitute. I call it substitute. Not saying that you could take my skin off and put it on your pale skin, but they have substitute things that can substitute for the lack of melanin. The lighter you are, the more that you lack melanin. A lot of people don't know that. That's for Kimberly Combs. I had to tell you that, Kimberly. CNN. I'm not a CNN fan. The knowledge from Facebook. It's nothing wrong with sharing a video that you find out. I don't know you. You might live overseas somewhere. What you want me to do? Come to your house and deliver the information to you in person? Come on, let's be for real. I wouldn't even know where you stay at. So let's see what else. I'm trying to read some of these comments. I might as well just read it. So you got people that's been taught about a race of people for so long. When the truth come out, it's not believable. Everybody know we got melanin in our skin, man. Everybody know that. Black people have melanin in their skin. It's just that you don't want to believe it because you've been taught that black people ain't nothing. We spooks and we evil, we ugly, we look like monkeys, gorillas, and stuff like that. I understand why you coming at that. Okay, then. Let me see. All right, then. I'm just trying to answer some of these questions before I log off and do my next video. Hey, what's up, E Dog? What's up? What's up, E Dog? And who else? Mexico family. What's up, Mexico? A lot of y'all don't even know we got a lot of our Afro Mexicans out there in Mexico. Nobody will never talk about them and bring them up. They'll never show you no pictures. I believe one of the first presidents of Mexico was a black man. See, y'all gotta look this stuff up, man. We greater than what y'all think we are. I know y'all looking at us, you looking at our condition. You saying these can't be the people, they kill each other, they don't want to work, they sorry, they lazy. I get it, I get it. But we're here to destroy that. We're here to destroy it because who's gonna be willing to tell you the truth about who we are than me or anybody else that look like me? I don't depend on a person that's not me to tell my people the truth. That's why I'm on here on this platform telling the truth. But I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all welcome to Cash App me, the dollar sign, the Price Dynasty. You can Cash App me, show your support. This is Phone Conversation Podcast with your boy, Mr. Terry Price, man. I thank you for all the people that tune in. I appreciate you guys. If you have any more questions, drop it in my comment section below. I definitely will get back with you guys. I will respond. I am a person like that. I don't think we got anything else. Let me see. Is that it? Okay, then. That's okay, Jim. You don't have to care. They take taxes out of your check every pay period. Do you ever wonder where your tax money is going? I'm talking about send you money. I pay taxes. I own it. I own everything that I have, and I pay taxes. Don't you know when you own your home or you own land, the government don't never send you no questionnaire and say where would you like your money to go. They just take your money. So don't think it's far fetched that I'm asking for support because these platforms cost. When you do StreamYard, that costs 88 something dollars a month. Can I afford it? Yes, of course I can afford it. That's why I'm on here on YouTube and other platforms. But if you don't want to send no money, that's fine. I'm not gonna feel ashamed for asking for money, just like the government asks for money. Y'all ask for money every time. Matter of fact, you don't even ask for it. You just take it out of our checks. Rather it be an increase or a decrease, y'all take the damn money right out of our checks and dare us to ask where it's going. They don't even tell you where it's going. At least I have the dignity and the respect to tell you where your money's going. It's going to the upkeep of the show. I got to pay for the platform. It's not free. So you don't make me feel bad for asking for no money. Again, I say anybody that would like to support, I'm not begging. I'm not saying you have to. You're welcome to send to dollar sign the Price Dynasty. That's for the upkeep of the show. So you don't make me feel bad by asking for no money. Your people ask for money all the damn time. All the time. Yeah, I ask for money. Take taxes. I'm paying high taxes. For what? When you own your home, you should own it. You shouldn't have to pay taxes on it. That's my belief. But hey, what can I say? You know, other countries don't make you pay tax for something that you own. America is probably the only country that make you pay for stuff that you own. You own your land or your home. What the hell you paying taxes for? And we in our tax dollars is going to take care of foreign people that's coming over here. But you asking me why I'm asking for money? No, you out of your damn mind. Okay, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. All right. Man, I'm gonna keep doing these videos, man. Y'all better tune in. Phone Conversation Podcast with your boy Terry Price. This is no holds barred. We don't hold back on anything. Whatever question you ask me, I'm gonna answer it to the best of my ability. I'm not saying that I know everything, But I know enough by doing my own homework and my research that we are being lied to and you guys are being lied to. And it's time for me to tell you guys who we really are, to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Stop allowing people to dictate who you are and tell you to go back to Africa. All black people are not from Africa. That's the biggest lie that's ever been told to us as a people. You walk around here with your head up. If you got to make your own flag, make your own flag. You thank God and know that this is God's country and that God placed you here and you're here for a reason. This is your country. Stop letting people dictate you to go back to Africa. If we want to go back to Africa, then everybody need to go back to Poland. They need to go back to Germany, Italy, Japan, China, all other places. You might as well round everybody up. I'm telling you what Christopher Columbus saw when he came over here. It's in records, in documents. It's not, I didn't make it up. I wasn't there. I never met Christopher Columbus, but I'm telling you what records say. Wasn't no Caucasian person that told Christopher Columbus or interpret the language. It was a black person, a person that spoke Hebrew. That's why it's not far fetched that you got the Hebrew Israelites today. It's not a religion; it's a bloodline. When a person tell you they Hebrew is, that means they did their homework, they did their research, and they found out that their bloodline resonates all the way back to Shem. Anyway, y'all got mad at Kanye and who else did they get mad at? Kanye and Kyrie Irving. They was telling y'all the truth. But see, black people don't like to study no more and read. That's why it was so far fetched and it went over everybody's head. But when I heard them say it, I said, wow, takes a lot of guts to say that because you can lose your career by telling the truth. A black person can lose their career for telling the truth. They almost lost their careers. But anyway, anybody got any more questions? I think that's it. Okay, then. All right, y'all. What I'm about to do, I'm about to exit. Come back with a lot more videos. Y'all stay tuned to Phone Conversation with Terry Price. I definitely like to thank Kendra. She was calling in from Ohio. Ohio is one of the battleground states that's going to take a major part into the election. We definitely need to talk on that because I want to explain to people that Trump is more beneficial to the so-called black people than Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris has been proven that her granddaddy is Caucasian, her daddy is Caucasian. He just looks like a black person. That's why I say you can't go by looks. You can see a lot of Caucasian people that look like black people. So she's not a black person. She's not black. And her mother's from India or was from India. But we're gonna talk on that. There's a lot of evidence now that's proven that we've been lied to about that, and everybody's been playing the race card and playing the now everybody want to gravitate to being black when it's convenient. We need you to be black all the time, not just when it's convenient. But anyway, y'all stop using that name black. Y'all start checking other on your application, or if you know who you are, your bloodline, and your grandmother, your grandfather, anybody told you who you are, start marking that in. If you're American Indian, mark American Indian. If you're Israelite, mark in Israelite. You African, mark in African. If you from Germany, put you a German. You know, there's no such thing as black and white. That's something that the Caucasian people came up with during the 1500s. Used to be identified from what country you come from, but somewhere down the line, somebody said, you know what? Let's stop identifying ourselves. Let's just call ourselves white because it means everything beautiful and glorious, and let's just give these people right here, these dark-skinned people with the melanin, let's just call them black people, and it makes sense. And let's just give them the worst name that you could possibly think of, black. It means everything's spooky, gloomy. So when you use that name, everybody just automatically, them spirits, it just resonates a certain way with people. When you use the word black, you start saying black and people start going crazy. And I don't even like to hear the word black. I hate when somebody say, oh, he's a black person. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't even like to call people white. I call them Caucasian. Idumean. Look up Idumean in the Bible. Those are the so-called white people according to the Bible. If you notice in the Bible, we're not even listed by these names that we made up. that we change. But anyway, I'm not gonna go off into that. We're gonna come next talking about politics. Why I believe that Donald Trump would benefit black people more